Hi, Tea Society. Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we are checking out Siyeon's Yuki no Hana cover. I feel like I probably don't know this song because nothing comes directly to mind, but I do feel like the title is familiar. So maybe I've heard part of it. Maybe it's just because people have asked me to check it out, but I'm excited to get to see some Siyeon, hear some vocals. I just know it's going to be good. Forgot that because of when this came out, we were going to be dealing with blonde Siyeon. It's fine. We'll be fine. She always has like a little bit of a shy demeanor before she starts singing. Like she's not about to sound like we all know she's about to sound. Beautiful strings. I do appreciate that this is just like a cold opener of like, let's all look at Siyeon. I mean, beautiful lower part of her range, right? But also we're getting some of that breathiness coming in, right? She's really softening out her voice, which is really beautiful. A slow opening to the song. And we're getting a little bit of that vibrato in there too, which is adding to some of that vulnerability along with some of this more like somber sound that she's going for overall. Do I need to sit here and tell you again that Siyeon's storytelling with her vocals is incredible? We know. We are mostly just here to listen to the gorgeous vocals. I mean, come on. Love the lightning up there. Oh, I know that she's building up, but I love how gorgeous that buildup is from her voice. She's so good at that, like choosing how much power to put into her vocals. And I love how incremental that was. If we got just a little bit less of that breathiness coming through, we got some more like held notes in the melody. So her playing with some of that, of choosing when she's going to have that vibrato, but other times where she's letting the note almost like taper off a little bit. And then we start to get some more of that power coming in. We get a little bit more of her digging into that chest voice. So there's a little bit more closure to her vocal cords when she's digging into some of that like lower part, but she's still lightening up with some of those higher notes. And then right there, we get that little push that's happening as we're winding up in this melody. Beautifully done. Right there, she's digging a little bit more. Still light on those higher notes. Oh, beautiful head note there. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. I mean, that beautiful note that she has at the end of those phrases. One of that was the Yuki no Hana, right? Like where we get the Hana, having that really beautiful light note. Sounds like it's a head voice as opposed to the falsetto because it's a little bit more of a clear note. She's really doing a good job of placing that note really well so that it has almost this like piercing kind of sound, which sounds a little bit negative, right? But I mean that in like it you feel it in your chest, right? Because she's making sure she's hitting that note note with enough like strength and precision that it's emphasizing it, and it's really beautifully done. And I love that at the end of that little section there, that as we get into the, again, lower part of her range and we have all these instruments coming in, that she's still digging in to that chest voice. We're getting that kind of stronger part of her chest voice as opposed to the really light sound that we got at the beginning of the song. So really beautiful control of the different parts of her voice for this song, and the way that has so much control over like the power in her voice, I think is something that will continue to like just make me very jealous as someone who has not trained their voice for singing in a long time, but did at one point. And being able to not only be able to do those really powerful belting vocals, but being able to control when you do that is like the real like sweet spot in having a powerhouse of a vocal, right? Is you can have people have really strong voices all around and they can be gorgeous and they can function really well within a group dynamic especially, but being able to sit down for a whole song on your own and really be able to rein in that power all the way down to those really delicate light notes that she's capable of doing, incredible. See much better closure here. Still putting that vibrato in though. Ooh, I love that even there, like we get that held note. She's definitely getting more closure in her voice, but she still lets it waver. Some of that is like breath control because I'm like, how much can you actually breathe before you have to have that held note? And it's a little bit being able to see like her posture and being able to hit that note that you can tell that she's controlling that air. She's pushing the air a little bit to make it work. And that's not any kind of critique. That's just like the dynamics of needing to be able to breathe. We all breathe. That's just one of the things that you have to be able to like manage as you're doing a vocal. So you can see a little bit that you can tell she's pushing that air a little bit to be able to finish that note, but beautifully done. And I think that having a little bit of that waver in it is, again, linking back to some of the vibrato that we're getting in the rest of the performance. And I think not like fully belting out that note as I know that she can do is also some of the like, you need to manage your air and you need to have some really good breath support if you're going to do a belting note. And I just don't know if the melody would accommodate for that. I feel like I do know this song. Some of the melodies, maybe someone else has covered it at some point and I've heard it at some point along the way, but I don't know it well enough to be able to like fully pull apart all of the different things. But I think that it might just be a logistical thing of like, how much air can you breathe before you have to do that whole melody? Yeah. It's a lot for one breath. Beautiful. I know I'm interrupting, but I love the way that she has so much strength in her voice and then it just lightens up so much. Like the way that Siyeon can do that is just so beautiful and well controlled, and I will continue to gush about it because I'm like, the way that you can have that much strength or like closure in your vocal cords and then just lighten it up, make it so soft and beautiful without something weird happening in your voice, like switch on a dime like that, is just so well done. Ooh, beautiful little vocal run there. Ooh, I like that we got a little like vocal fry there at the end. And then she just sits there, like she didn't just sing like that. You know what I mean? Like, she was gonna say out of one of her covers and she's just like, anyway, like. Beautiful, beautiful cover. Make sure I'm not missing anything. No, end screen. Really well done from her. Like I said, I love that we got a little bit of vocal fry there at the very end, having all of that buildup of emotion. And then instead of going back to that really breathy, airy sound that she had at the beginning, ending off with a little bit of that drag in her vocals, I think just does a really good job of the storytelling. If we're not doing the exact same thing, but we are dialing in some of that emotion right there at the end. Again, the control that Siyeon has with her voice is unfair. Like, I know that she put in a bunch of work. I know that she deserves it. I'm just jealous, okay? I just have talent envy. And I think that a song like this just showcases that so well, because at no point in that did she do like the full power vocals that I know that she's capable of, that I've definitely heard in her doing Dreamcatcher stuff, because it fits into a Dreamcatcher song of having that like really like powerful, forward, bright vocal that we can get from her. It fits so well into the dynamic of those songs. This one, it needs to be something that you have dialed in really well, right? You need to be able to control the emotion and strength behind your voice, because there has to be a certain vulnerability to a ballad, right? So I love that we're getting that, the breathiness, we're getting some of the vibrato going in, and then getting some of that like little bit of vocal fry at certain points too, to just emphasize some of that. And I love that anytime that her voice got into some of that more powerful kind of sound to it, that she would lighten up. So well done. Also mention it now because someone's probably going to be in my comment section about it, so we'll see who watches all the way through. But I know what Yuki no Hana means, where anyone's like explaining that. I always appreciate getting some notes, but sometimes with the Japanese stuff, I'm like, I know enough Japanese that I know what like Yuki and Hana means. It means Yuki is snow, Hana is flowers. Anyway, really well done for this cover. Expected nothing else from Siyeon, but I always like taking a moment to just like gush and appreciate how much talent she has. I think that a beautiful choice for her voice as well. Just again, the way that you can control the energy, you have to control the energy in this song. I think that she does such a beautiful, talented job of that. Like the expertise of listening to Siyeon just control the power and energy of her vocals is incredible. Like I will never get over the fact that some of the most beautiful, light, delicate falsettos in Dreamcatcher's discography are done by the same person who does like some of the most powerful, intense vocal moments in their songs, like ad-libs and things. Like those are the same person, and that is something that I will forever have talent envy for, because boy did I have to work to do even like half of that, right? So I love getting to hear more of just her voice, and I miss it quite a bit. So this is reviving me a little bit to be like, oh right, I get like my dose of Siyeon vocals that I need to keep me grounded before I get a little bit antsy. But I hope you enjoyed listening to that along with me. You can click this playlist to go into my previous reactions, or you can subscribe, so next time I post a Dreamcatcher reaction, I will see you in the next video. Bye.